Hello there and welcome back to my channel. It is of course only me again, and thank you all so much for tuning in for another metal detecting adventure. So on this channel a few years ago I came into this field and I recorded a video. That video was called "The Romans Are Here." I unexpectedly came into this field just to give it a go and stumbled across some amazing artifacts, including Roman coins, medieval coins and things like that. Well, great news, this week we are back in that field and it has just been topped and cut, so the grass is nice and short, and hopefully we're going to get some amazing ancient goodies for you to see on this video as well. But don't forget, if you want to see what comes out of the ground today, then continue to watch the video, and if you like metal detecting videos in general, do consider to subscribe, because there is going to be plenty more content coming right your way. But that is the talking out of the way. We are going to have a long day digging holes in this field today. Wish me luck and hopefully we get something good, but I'll see you all on the very first hole. Well, we've just gone and found our very first target of the day in this field. And it's nothing special, but I think I actually know what this one is. And if you take a closer look at it, you can see that it's basically just a flat piece of copper alloy. However, it has this sort of lid here, which is quite broken to be fair, so I don't want to disturb that too much. And if you look at the bottom, you can see some sort of decoration going around the bottom. Now I'm willing to bet that this is a thimble, and it's a big one, which means it was probably a man's thimble. And it's probably quite old. I would say this is at least 17th century, maybe a little bit before. But unfortunately it's been obliterated when this field was ploughed. But it's still a nice little thimble fragment, and it's something I've missed in the past. So let's keep pushing on, and hopefully I've missed some more goodies too. Well, we have probably been in this field for about 20 minutes or so, and I had that thimble fragment, haven't had a lot since, and as I've started working down the slope of this field, started to get a few more targets. One of them was a shotgun shell, so I didn't film that for you because pretty sure you've seen those before. But we've just had a coin. And this is a really interesting looking coin. So do remember on the last video, started finding Roman coins in here. Couldn't explain why, but yeah, there was certainly Roman coins in here. Now I'm willing to bet this little coin is another Roman coin as well. Come and take a look. So it is a pretty crusty coin, and unfortunately there is just no detail left on it at all, but it's thick. It's a very thick coin. And it would have been even thicker when this was obviously in a circulating condition, but yeah, it's a very, very good possibility that this is going to be a Roman coin. Now, I've tried to pick as much mud off as I can, but I don't want to pick too much off simply because I could take away any of the details that are left on the coin. So maybe I'll have to clean this one up when I get home and just see if I can see an emperor's head or something like that on it, which will instantly tell me whether or not it is a Roman coin. But from finding them before in this field and then seeing this one, I would probably say I'm 90% sure that this is going to be a Roman coin. So it is a great start in this field today. It has been worth the wait trying to get back in here. And yeah, very possibly we've just gone and found a Roman coin. So I am currently about 20 feet away from where we just had that coin that I thought was a Roman coin. I had another target, and look at what has just come out of the ground. I mean, could this be another one? Could this be another Roman coin? It is another thick coin. It certainly could be a Roman coin. Absolutely. It's green, it's thick. Let's just pick a bit of mud off and see if we can see anything on there that might be able to identify this one as a Roman coin, because wow, it would be so nice to think that we've come back in here a few years later and just started finding Roman coins again. There was definitely something going on in here. The Romans were definitely here, but what were they doing and why were they dropping all of their coins? So yeah, it is quite a dirty coin. It has got mud all over it, guys, but look how thick that is. It's green all the way through. That is a really good way to tell a Roman coin, is if it's green all the way through, because that means it's bronze. It's not got copper in there. And I'm willing to bet that most certainly is a Roman coin. That's number 2. Oh, I mean, I can't really see much detail on there, but honestly, that just has to be. It has to be a Roman coin, for sure. What an amazing field this is. I forgot how good this field is. That very is potentially Roman coin number 2. And we've only really just got in here, so let's keep going. So it's been a few years since I've come into this field for the reason I said before. The grass has just been super duper long and yeah, hasn't really been worth detecting, but boy, have I missed coming in this field, because we've just gone and found another coin. But interestingly, this one doesn't look Roman, but it's silver and it's very, very thin. So I think we've just gone and found a lovely hammered coin. Come and have a look. So here it is, just as it has come out of the ground. And that has to be, of course, a hammered coin. Surely it has to be. It's definitely silver. And it's very thin. Oh, have a look at that. Yeah, so that is 100% a little silver medieval hammered coin. You can just make out on the front there the 3 pellets in each quadrant, and on the back, although the back is quite worn, I'm pretty sure you're going to see the portrait of somebody like Edward III or First or something like that. So this little silver coin has been in the ground for the best part of 700 years, which is incredible, isn't it? This was a penny, so this would have bought you quite a lot. And I believe that a penny was basically a day's wage for a sort of normal yeoman or somebody that worked the field. So it was quite a lot of money. And if you imagine losing something like this, it would have been really, really devastating, because, you know, imagine working a whole day and then not getting the money for it. That's going to have a pretty detrimental effect to everything you do, and of course the people that depend on you as well. So these are really precious, precious little finds. Yeah, absolutely love finding these little silver hammered coins, but we'll give this one a clean up, and if I can find out exactly who is on the coin, I'll pop it on the video for you. But there we are, 2 Romans and a silver hammered coin so far. Whoa! So we have another target in the field, and this one was a really faint sort of 51 to 52 on the target identification. Really, really whispery one, so you had to listen very, very carefully to hear this one. But we did find it, and look at that. Now, what is this? Is it a coin? Is it a button? I don't know. But it's green all the way through, for sure. It's just very thin, which makes me think that it's probably more a button than it is a Roman coin, but I can't feel anywhere where there would have once been a shank or anything on the back. There's nothing on that side either. So it could very well have been a coin, but it's just totally, totally ruined, I'm afraid. But yeah, we can clean it up and just see if we do get any information from it. But it could be another Roman coin, but it could just be a button. But it's an interesting little find nonetheless, and yeah, it just makes this field even more interesting. Well, we're into the afternoon now on this beautifully sunny day. Started off really cloudy this morning, and it did actually rain a little bit, but being British summertime, that's obviously the norm. But yeah, the sun's out now and boy, it's warmed things up. What's also warming things up is finding something like this. Because I just dug this hole, it was a screaming signal. Quite deep. I'd probably say this was 7-8 inches down. So I've dug it out. I think we've gone and found another hammered coin, and this one looks really interesting. Let's go in and take a closer look. So this is just as I have found it, sticking out of the ground. And at first it was lying that way up and I couldn't spot it. I had no idea where it was until I got the pinpointer out, turned it around, and have a look at that. That has got to be a hammered coin, right? So let's very carefully pick it off of this piece of mud and just see if it is a hammered coin, because I would absolutely love it if it was a hammered coin. But it's kind of brown, isn't it? I would have thought a hammered coin would be a bit more silvery looking than that, but this one is totally brown. So it could be like a debased hammered coin, something like that. I have no idea, but it's got to be a hammered coin, isn't it? It has got to be. Oh, look at that. I think it's a groat. I think it's a groat. Oh, it's a shame it's got this little chunk missing here, because this would be a really nice coin. Oh, I think it is a groat. So it's definitely a hammered coin, but let's give it a quick squirt of water and see what it looks like cleaned up. Ta-da! There you go. It's had a squirt of water and we have definitely got a hammered coin, and it's an absolute cracker as well. If you can just see around the outside here, it says Edward, so this is very likely going to be an Edward III or an Edward IV groat. And have a look at that side as well. I've never ever found one this dirty. Despite giving it a slight clean with the toothbrush and a squirt of water, it's still brown. So I have no idea what happened to this coin in its life, but it is a stunning hammered coin nonetheless. And it is another one to add to our amazing day. So what an amazing field this is. I think I'm going to have to come back in here for sure, because I'm doing the bit that I did last time, and we are still finding amazing coins just like this one. So we have just had another target, and look, it looks like a little button. But when you turn it over, look at that really awesome decoration on the front of that button. And what's really interesting about it is it's not flat, it's actually domed on the top, which is really interesting. So let's just see if we can pick away some of the mud here to reveal the shank. There we go. There is the shank. So it's a completely intact button. And it appears to have a bit of ring and dot decoration on it as well, which is very unusual for a button. I mean, it's quite unusual for a button to be domed and not flat. But also to have a little bit of ring and dot decoration on there might mean that it is quite old. But it also could be relatively modern. It could be Victorian or something like that, but it could be an old button. Not really too sure. I mean, how far did buttons go back? Having a shank just like that is probably the question. But if that decoration was on something else, you would be hard pressed not to think that that could be a very old find. But the fact that it's on a little button with a shank like that probably means that it is quite modern. But let me know in the comments below what you think of this one. Do you think it's old? Do you think it's new? Your guess is as good as mine. But it's a really nice little find in this amazing field. Once again, it's producing the goodies. But yeah, let's push on and see what else comes out. Okay, so unfortunately that is all we have time for today. I've got to shoot off, I've got a few things to do this afternoon, but what an amazing day we have had once again in this field. Roman coins, medieval coins, I mean honestly, days don't get much better than that. I cannot wait to get back in here. So guys, if you want to see me come back in and do a different section of the field, hit me up in the comments below and I will definitely come back in here and record another video while the grass is short. But that leaves me to say thank you all so much for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed seeing everything come out of the ground fresh on video just for you. And don't forget, if you've watched this far and you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? We're gonna have so many more videos waiting for you. So hit that subscribe button below, drop me a thumbs up, and I will catch all of you on the very next dig.